For today's lesson, we're going to take a look at the real number system. So with SOL 8.2, the student will describe the relationship between the subset of the real number system. Some vocabulary we're going to look at is what's the real number system, rational numbers, irrational numbers, integers, whole numbers, natural numbers, subset, ratio, fraction, decimal, terminating, and repeating. Some of these vocabulary words you have seen in previous math courses. So some of our learning experiences that we're going to deal with in this SOL, I can illustrate the relationship among the subsets of real numbers using a graphic organizer. I can describe the relationship among the subset of real numbers. I can classify a number as part of a subset or subsets of the real number system. I can describe each subset of the real number system, including examples and non-examples. So let's go ahead and take a little dive into the notes. All right, so the real number system is made up of two categories. We have rational numbers and we have irrational numbers. All right, so our two main categories are rational numbers and irrational numbers. And yes, I do understand that this is sideways, so I am going to attach a slide that has the answers. So if you want to follow along and then write your answers on your notes based on the slide that I'm also going to attach with this, you can also do that as well. All right, so with rational numbers are numbers that can be written in the form A divided by B, where B cannot equal 0. So remember, when we're working with fractions, our B cannot equal 0 because it is going to be undefined. All right, so some examples are -4/5 would be an example. We also have 6.34 is also an example. We also have the square root of 36. We can say that 85% is a real number. And we can also say that 7.166 repeating is also a rational number. With integers are whole numbers and their opposites. All right, so remember what we mean by opposites is that it's the positive and it's also the negative. So for example, we have -52 is an integer. We can also say that 52 is an integer. 3,620 is an integer. We can also say its opposite is an integer. And of course, 0. We know that 0 is neither negative or positive, but it is an integer. Whole numbers are going to be your counting numbers plus 0. So your counting numbers all right, so what I mean by counting numbers plus 0, so you're going to have 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. So it's going to be your positive numbers. So again, something that separates your integers from your whole numbers is integers include whole numbers and their opposites, whereas whole numbers just include the positive. So 0 going all the way up to infinity. So for example, again, we can say that 0 is a whole number. We can also say that 805 is a whole number. I'm also going to add one in so you can see that our whole numbers are not fractions. But some examples you will see, for example, 9/3. 9/3 is considered a whole number because it reduces to 3. It reduces to a whole number. So sometimes you will have fractions that you will have to reduce. And our natural numbers are our counting numbers. So what we mean by counting numbers, when we count, we always start with 1. All right, so for example, we have 6 is a counting number, 5 is a 15, excuse me, is a counting number. 7,000 is a counting number. So again, you're starting with 1. So that's what separates your whole numbers from your natural numbers. Whole numbers include 0, whereas natural numbers, your true counting numbers, start with 1. They do not include 0. So some things we're going to do, we're going to classify our decimals, because we talked about a few decimals in here, but we're just going to talk about them really fast before we hop over to the irrational. So repeating decimals. Remember, those are decimals that never stop. All right? But they also repeat a pattern or have a pattern. All right? So, for example, if we go back up here and look at 7.166, we see that our 66 is repeating. So it's repeating a pattern. So that is a repeating decimal. All right? Terminating. Decimals that stop. So remember, terminating is in. So, for example, 6.34 or 6 and 34 hundredths is a terminating decimal. Therefore, it is considered a rational number. So our terminating and repeating decimals are rational numbers. All right? Non-repeating and non-terminating decimals are decimals that never repeat, or stop. All right? So our non-repeating decimals, our non-terminating decimals, those they fall under the category of rational numbers. So taking a look at it, rational numbers are numbers that cannot be written in the form A divided by B. So for example, again, those are those decimals that do not repeat and do not stop. So for example, we have 9.73. So anytime you see those dots behind it, it's saying that that decimal is continuing on and on and on. If we take the square root of 70, we're going to have a decimal that is not going to stop. A very popular example of a irrational number that you'll work a lot with is pi. So remember, pi is 3.14, and it continues on and on and on and on and on. And another example is the square root of 15. All right? So again, when we talk about decimals, when we have terminating decimals and repeating decimals, they fall under rational numbers, whereas our non-repeating and our non-terminating decimals fall underneath our irrational numbers. Now, I want you to summarize what you've learned from this lesson today.